During the hearing, you said that Exxon left New York because of the New York Attorney General's case, but Exxon actually left in 1989. And
no, they took the rest of their divisions out. Yeah. I mean, they left earlier. They were treated very badly in New York. You could have had them in New York. They could have been paying a lot of money.
But it wasn't Letitia James.
Oh, no, I think if you take a look, you read the case, study the case, you'll see that they took big divisions out after that. They originally left and then they took the rest.
Usually when Trump tries to smear a judge, a prosecutor, or a political opponent, no one fact checks him on what he's really lying about. So when he's faced with it over Letitia James here, he had nowhere to go. But since he's only speaking to his gullible supporters, he figures it doesn't matter if he's factually correct. All they would hear is Letitia James forced Exxon out of New York, as if they ever really gave a damn about where Exxon was based in the first place. Here's more of their outrage because they just can't win in court.
Real estate is an art, not a science. But you know what else is an art? You know what else isn't a science? Political motivated individuals. She's using this to paint a canvas that Donald Trump is a fraudster because they can't beat him in the polls. They can't beat him in the polls, so she ran on Trump because that was the only way she could win.
Nothing about why he's not liable for fraud in a case where he's already been found liable. Just endless attacks on Letitia James and the judge for the propaganda that they feed MAGA. Again, this case is not wrapping up as we wait for the verdict of whether or not Trump committed fraud in New York. We're just left looking for how much he'll be forced to pay back for the fraudulent behavior, and if he'll be allowed to do business in the state ever again. The entire Trump gang is talking about his crimes, but never about how he didn't commit them.
Nonsense. Their lies are artificially boosted by the same thing. So we're not in a fair fight. We can't pretend that we are. And again, and that's why it's going to take someone as strong as a Trump to actually change something. Someone who does have the guts to do something about it. Someone who could have gotten out of this 3 years ago, said, hey, I did what I needed to do. I checked off another incredible accomplishment box. Let's just move on and have a good life. But he understands what's happening. It's why he got in this to begin with. Right. Promise you, he had it pretty good. I got to piggyback off of some of that stuff. It was easy. It was, it was pretty good. But now that we're in this, we're not going to stop because it's not what we do. We fight.
So while the Trump camps are spinning as much bullshit and lobbying as many personal attacks as they possibly can, the main things that they refuse to address are the facts of the case, which MAGA's main enemy refuses to stop talking about. Must be why they hate her.
I want everyone to know that the personal attacks really don't bother me. The fact is that this trial has shown, and we have produced evidence about the scope, the scale, the depth, the breadth of the illegality, the fraud that impersonally enriched Donald Trump and his family. I want to thank the judge. I want to thank my team. I even want to thank opposing counsel. But at the end of the day, the point is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how rich you are, that no one is above the law.